Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samar News. Here are today's headlines. Iranian authorities have warned that they can intensify their response to the largest anti-government protests in years, as the Revolutionary Guards accused terrorist groups of exploiting unrest and vowed to protect the Islamic system at all costs. Fresh demonstrations have been reported across Tehran and multiple cities, including Tabriz, Rasht, Shiraz and Kerman, though an internet blackout limited independent verification. State media said public buildings were set ablaze and security personnel killed, while footage broadcast on state TV showed funerals for slain forces. The final Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces fighters have withdrawn from the city of Aleppo under a ceasefire agreement, ending a Kurdish military presence in parts of the city held since Syria's war erupted in 2011. SDF commander Mazlum Abdi said the withdrawal followed an internationally mediated deal that secured a ceasefire and the evacuation of civilians and fighters from the Ashrafiyah and Sheikh Maqsood neighbourhoods to northern and eastern Syria. Greenland's parliament is moving up a key meeting to discuss how to respond to US threats regarding the Arctic island. In a joint statement, leaders of all 5 political parties in the Greenlandic Assembly said the meeting would be brought forward to address the situation. US President Donald Trump has said the United States must own Greenland, arguing it is necessary to prevent Russia or China from gaining control of the strategically located, resource-rich territory. Greenland is an autonomous region within the Kingdom of Denmark. 4 oil tankers that had left Venezuela with their tracking systems switched off are now back in Venezuelan waters. State oil company PDVSA and monitoring service tankertrackers.com say the vessels departed in early January, operating in so-called dark mode amid a strict US blockade. Most of the tankers were reported to be fully loaded. The return follows the departure of around a dozen loaded ships and several empty vessels last month, in what appeared to be a challenge to an embargo imposed by US President Donald Trump in mid-December. The sanctions have sharply reduced Venezuela's oil exports. US President Donald Trump has met with executives from some of the world's largest oil companies at the White House to discuss Venezuela, saying he wants them to invest $100 billion in the country to vastly expand its production. Trump has named oil as the priority for his strategy for the South American nation, after US forces seized its leader, Nicolás Maduro. Trump said at the opening of the meeting that American companies will have the opportunity to rebuild Venezuela's rotting energy infrastructure and eventually increase oil production to levels never ever seen before. US President Donald Trump is calling for a 1-year cap on credit card interest rates at 10%. Trump said the cap would take effect starting January 20th, though he did not explain how the measure would be implemented or how companies would be required to comply. Trump had made a similar pledge during the 2024 election campaign, which he went on to win. At the time, analysts said such a move would likely require approval from Congress. Turkey is pushing to join a mutual defense agreement between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, a move that could significantly alter security dynamics across the Middle East and South Asia. According to Bloomberg, Turkey is seeking entry into the defense pact signed last September between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. The discussions have reached an advanced stage, and a deal is considered very likely. The agreement states that any aggression against one member would be treated as an attack on all, closely mirroring NATO's Article 5, of which Turkey is a member. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samar.tv. Thank you for watching Samar News.